Okay, so standing nice and comfortably, nice and tall. Just going to check in with our posture before we start a warm-up this morning. So making sure your feet are hip-width apart, pressing your feet down into the ground and putting the crown of your head up towards the ceiling in an opposite direction. You can soften your knees just a little, so softness in the knees, not locking the knees back. Tuck your tailbone in and zip up your tummy muscles. And lengthening up through your spine, allowing your hands to drop down towards the ground. Taking a deep breath in, reaching your arms to the ceiling. Fill your lungs and exhale, bring the arms down. Two more times, deep breath in, inviting that breath right to the very bottom of your lungs. Feeling your tummy expand as you inhale, and then exhaling, emptying your lungs completely. One more time, reaching wide hands, reaching your hands far out as possible, creating space in the shoulder joints. Good. Look up towards your hands here, and then as you exhale, slowly come down. Good. If you can maybe just look down at your shoulders, notice if they're forward or up. Drop them down and draw them back. So throughout today's class, we're going to try and create space and openness through the front of the chest, which has impact on the rest of the body. So I want you to try and keep that open feeling. So we're going to start with the marching movement, lifting your knees up nice and high. Paying attention to keeping your hips, knees, and ankles in one nice straight line. Keeping those joints well aligned. We're going to bring the arms up into a rowing movement as you're marching. So pulling back. As you do that, think of squeezing the shoulder blades together. Find a nice little rhythm for yourself here. Just lubricating the joints, waking them up. Try to keep the elbows high. Shoulder level if you can. Then bringing the arms down, we're going to tap the heel in front of you. Toes reaching up towards the ceiling with a little bit of a bend in one knee. As you're doing that, open your hands out to the side. Good. Nice big open palms. Palms facing me. Opening through the front of the chest. Reaching those toes towards the ceiling. Waking up all the muscles along the front of the leg. Good. Good. Then bending your knee back towards you, tapping your foot, reaching for that foot. You don't have to touch it, but just reach towards it. Looking down towards your foot, getting a little gentle twist through the spine. Good. Coming back to the marching now. You can get your knees a little bit higher. Pull those arms back. Squeeze between the shoulder blades. See if you can notice the stretching feeling across the front of your shoulder as your elbows go back towards the wall behind you. Lift those knees nice and high. Good. And then tapping one foot forward, open those arms out. Shifting weight from one leg to the other, toes up to the ceiling. Good, and now bending your knee touching it with the opposite hand, or reaching to the foot with the opposite hand. Looking down towards that foot. Good. And relax, bringing your hands back to the center. Good, you can widen your legs now. Turn the toes out slightly to the side and bend through your knees. So as low as you feel okay in terms of your knee joints, low as you can. We're going to bring the arms out in front of you. Tuck your tailbone in. So trying not to arch the lower back too much. So try and tuck that tailbone in. Arms up to shoulder height. And we're going to open and bring them together. Open and together. Feel that stretch through the front of your chest as you reach back. Open and together. Open. Good. Keeping your neck nice and long. And if it feels okay for your shoulders, you can go a little bit faster. Tummy muscles nice and tight. Good. And now turn your palms down, keep the arms out to the side, shoulders down away from the ears, and pump those arms up and down. Maybe bend your knees a little bit lower, warm up those thigh muscles for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax, coming all the way up. You can bring your feet back to a comfortable position. So we're going to move into some neck stretches and releasing of all the muscles and the tissue around your neck and shoulders. So starting standing tall, we're going to inhale, try to lengthen your neck. And as you exhale, take your ear to your shoulder. Inhale, come up. Exhale, take your ear to the other shoulder. Inhale up. And again, exhale over. This time you can bring this hand over your head, giving it a gentle guidance to stretch it a little deeper. And take the free arm, place it behind your back, reaching up towards your shoulder blades. Always pay attention to what feels right. If it doesn't feel good for you, don't do it. Wanting to just gently invite those muscles and tissues to let go, to open up. Take a deep breath in here. And exhale. And gently release your arm, the bottom arm, release the top arm, and gently bring the head back to the center. Then over to the other side. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to reach over with the head. Then bringing your arm over the top of your head, gently guide it into a deeper stretch. And you can take that hand behind your back, reaching up towards your shoulder blades. Nice, deep, even breathing here. And then releasing the bottom arm. And releasing the top arm. And then slowly returning the head back to the center. Now opening the arms, your hands out to turn your palms to the ceiling. Reach the arms back behind you so they're a little bit behind your body. We're going to turn the head. So we inhale, lengthen the neck. Exhale, rotate towards the one side. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, rotate the other way. Try and keep that chin tucked in towards the throat. And come back to the center. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, rotate. And now once you've rotated there, you can place one hand on your cheek and the other one on the opposite ear and try to give yourself a gentle extra stretch. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Gently release your arms and bring your head back to the center. Let's go to the other side. So turning to the other side, placing hand on your cheek and the other hand around the back of the head, gently guiding your head into rotation. Requires a little bit of coordination as well with the mirror image to figure out where to put your hands. Good. And gently release. Good. We're going to stretch this muscle here, your SCM, because it tends to pull the neck forward and down and creates a lot of pain down the back of the neck. So to stretch that, going to tuck your chin towards your throat, tilt your head to the side so you can mirror me. Keep the chin tucked in and then turn to look towards the ceiling and you'll feel the stretch along this top side of your neck here. Looking towards the ceiling, so your ear to the shoulder, eye, and then nose to the ceiling. You can use your hands to gently rub down the muscle in the neck here, from the back of the skull down to this bump here at the end of your collarbone. And then gently bring the head back to the center. Let's go the other way, so taking the ear to the shoulder, chin tucked in, turn the nose to the ceiling in the opposite direction, and then take your hand across your neck and give it a gentle rub into those muscles. So from the base of your skull all the way down to the tip of the collarbone. Keeping that ear towards the shoulder, nose towards the ceiling. Good. And gently release, bringing your head back to the center. Then final one for the neck, bring your hands behind your head, supporting your spine, you're supporting your neck, and gently look up towards the ceiling as far as is comfortable for you. And then come down, turning your nose towards your chest. You can use your hand at the top of your head to gently guide it downwards to stretch the back of the neck. And release. Okay, you can grab your weights now, please. So we're coming back to the warm-up movements, but we're adding in some weight now. So we're going to come back to the marching. I want you to slow it right down. Keep that chest open, spine long, lifting your knee high as you can. At the same time, you're going to march, bringing your arms forward, opposite arm to opposite leg. Good. Tummy muscles nice and tight. Trying to get your arm to 90 and your knee to 90 or even a little bit higher if you can. Try and pull your belly button in towards the spine to help get the knee up nice and high. Good. Slow and controlled. Now the last 30 seconds, we're going to slow it down even more. So coming up and down. Up and down. Tummy muscles tight. Up and down. Lift, 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 lift. And down. Good. One more on the other side. Lift. And down. Well done. Okay, tapping the leg side to side. So toes go up to the ceiling. Bend your elbows here. We're going to open and open. So we're adding extra weight. Opening the chest. As you tap your foot forward, think of squeezing these thigh muscles at the front of your leg. Give them a nice, strong squeeze. Good. Now we're going to slow it down. This time, don't tap the foot to the floor. Lift the foot up in the air. Hold it. And then switch. Lift and hold. And switch. Hold. And switch. Trying to straighten that knee as much as you can, squeezing the front of your thigh. And switch. Good. Good. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change sides. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bring your leg down. Good. Now coming to reach towards your foot behind you. So tilting back, try and tap the weight towards the foot. Looking down if you can. Good. Now slowing it right down. So try and bring the foot up high as you can and then bring it down. Reach that foot up high as you can. Having to balance on your one leg. Reach up, activating the hamstrings at the back of your thigh. And squeeze your buttock muscles. It'll help you get that foot a little bit higher. Squeeze the buttock muscles as you reach back. Good. Squeeze and down. Squeeze. Good. Now we're going to hold it. So reach that foot up and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change sides. Lift and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And come down all time. Okay, bringing your feet together. We're going to bend your knees. Keep your spine nice and straight here. So your hands are going to start together in front of your body. Don't round the spine, so make sure you're nice and straight. Tummy muscles are tight. And then open up to the side. So we're trying to activate the muscles at the back of your shoulder, as well as your spine, all the muscles that open up the front of the chest. Tummy tight. Keep your neck well aligned with your spine, so don't poke your head forward. Keep that chin tucked in towards your throat. Tummy in. Open and down. Finding your pace here. You might want to bend your knees a little lower for more of a leg challenge. But keep the spine long. Don't be tempted to round the back or shift out of a nice, tall, long posture here. Good. Lift and lift. Good. Good. Now hold it there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. Come all the way up. Okay, you can place your weights down. And we're going to move into a stretch for the pec muscles across the front of your chest to try and pull those shoulders back. So if you can find a wall or a window, you're going to place your elbow and your forearm on the wall, having your elbow at shoulder height, and then turn your body away from that arm. So you're looking to feel a stretch across the front of the chest. You might feel a little bit in the spine as you're rotating the spine. And you can also use your hand there just to massage the muscles across the front of the chest here. Give them a bit of space, a bit of blood flow. inviting them to lengthen out. So take a deep breath in, try and open up a little further. And as you exhale, unravel back to the center and change sides. Placing the other arm on the wall, elbow and forearm. Elbow is at shoulder height, and then turn your body away from that arm. You can use the free hand to massage into the front of the shoulder, generate some blood flow into the myofascia, help release the tension in the front of the shoulders. Working on computers, reading, sitting a lot makes it also tight in the front here. Good, reach your arm far back. One last big stretch, big inhale. And as you exhale, coming out of that stretch back to the center. Good, releasing your arms. Now you can grab your band, please. Either your loop, or if you have a long band, you can tie it into a loop. And we're going to put it around our thighs, just above the knees. Okay, so have a little bit of space to the side. We're going to be going side to side. So I want you to make sure your knees are a little bit bent here, but that your kneecaps are in line with your middle toe. So not collapsing in. You're pressing out against that band throughout this movement. So we're going to do a side step. Throughout the step, don't let the tension release completely. So you're maintaining tension on the band and then increasing that tension as you step. Good. Now, hands are going to come up behind your head or hands to shoulder. So if that's too much, you can bring hands to shoulder, but I'm wanting elbows behind your shoulders so that you're getting that openness through the chest. So wherever feels that you can get that, keeping the spine nice and long here. Good. Side to side. Nice bend in the knee. 30 seconds here, and then we're going to make it a bit harder by putting the band lower down. Reach those elbows back behind you. Tummy muscles are tight. Good. Making sure you've got tension on the band throughout the movement. 10 more seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your arms down and move your band down around your ankles. So just above those two knobs on either side of your ankle. Now again, paying attention to your knees, keeping them pressing outward. Imagine you've got the band around the knees and you're pushing those knees out against the band. So keeping that nice alignment. The arms are going to come out to the side now. They're reaching back behind you, tummy tight, reaching back, and let's go side to side. Keep that tension on the band. Knees are bent. So you'll be feeling it on the outside of your hips. These muscles are super important for keeping stability in our pelvis, protecting the knees and ankles and the hips. Good, side to side. Thirty more seconds here. Keep that chest open. Reach the hands back. If you're not feeling it here by now, you need a stronger band next time. It means you've gotten stronger since the last time we did this. 10 more seconds. Good, and relax. Straighten your legs out. Keep the band there for now, but just take the tension off. Give your legs a little shake. Give your arms a little shake. Give your hips a little shake. Good, just shift those hips from side to side. Good. Okay, Now returning the tension to the band, so keeping the band where it is around your ankles, but return the tension. So open the legs out so that you've got that pulling sensation on the band. And we're going to step forward and back. So maintaining the tension through the band as you step forward and back. Getting a nice rhythm with your arms here. So as your left leg goes forward, your right arm goes forward. And then switch. Keep the spine long. Good. We're going to do 10 more seconds. Make sure you've got that tension on the band. Keeping this leg nice and stable. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Changing sides. Make sure you got tension on the band and just pay attention to the standing knee. Don't want that knee collapsing in, so keep it nice and stable. Opposite side. Forward and back. So it's kind of applying an outward pressure while it's going forward and back. Good. 20 more seconds. Feel the standing leg working to hold you and support you, giving you a nice strong base. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And relax. Well done, everyone. You can take your band off and put that to the side. And then if you can grab your chair and your weights, please. So coming to sit right at the edge of your chair, feet hips distance apart. We're going to do a combination of legs and arms in this movement. So as you stand up, I want you to think of squeezing your buttock muscles. So as you come up, you're going to squeeze the buttocks and squeeze the thighs. That's the first thing to think about. As you come down, try and keep the chest open, so try not to round the back. And then as you come up, we're going to push the arms to the ceiling and bring them down. As you come down, squeeze the buttocks and push. And come down. Tummy muscles nice and tight. All the way up. And down. Good. 4. And down. 5. And down. 6. And down. 7. And 8. All the way up. And all the way down. Very nice. Bring your hands to rest for a moment. We're going to do 2 more sets of those. If your weights felt a bit light, you can add something extra into your hands if you want. Or if they're too heavy, you can make a change. So this time when we stand up, I want you to put your one foot in front of the other foot. So I can't really see in the picture. I'll move back a bit so you can see me. They are still hip width apart, but one foot is forward and one foot is back in your seated position. So it means more weight is going to go through one of your legs. So let's go for another 8. Coming all the way up, pressing through that back leg a little harder than through the front leg. And down. 2. And down. Almost like you're trying to stand up just on the one leg. So the front leg is just a little bit of balance support. 3. And down. Tummy muscles tight. 4. Squeeze those buttocks as you come up. 4 more on the side and then 8 on the other side. 5. Up. 6. Always controlled and slow, especially on the down. 2 more. 7. And 8. And all the way down. Sliding off here. Okay, other side. So switch legs. Roll the shoulders back. Make sure they're soft and down away from the ears. So last one. Standing up now on the opposite leg. And pushing up nice and high. 1. And down. 2. And down. 3. 4. 5. 6. 2 more. 7. And 8. Well done. You can stay standing and you can put your weights down. Okay. Then coming to face the back of your chair, if you need it, for some balance. We're going to stand nice and close to the front of the chair. And then sending one leg back behind you as far as it will go into a high lunge. So the front foot is facing the chair as well as the back foot. So the back foot, you are going to be on the ball of the foot, depending on how much flexibility you have in your ankle, but I can't get my heel to the ground there. Tucking the tailbone in. Try and see if you can feel the stretch across the front of your hip here. So we're going to stay in this high lunge position. If you want, you can wiggle your feet forward a bit more and go a bit lower if you want to. So find where you're getting the most stretch through the front of your hip. Then bringing your hands behind your back, clasp your fingers together and open through the front of the chest. If that's too much for your balance, you can keep one hand on the chair and just reach the other hand out behind you. But you're trying to get a chest opening, like you're sending your heart and your ribs up towards the ceiling, creating space here. Take a deep breath in and out. And again, deep breath in and out. Then look at which leg is in front of you. Take the opposite hand and place it on the chair. So if it's your right leg, place your left hand on the chair or vice versa. Then take the free arm and reach it back behind you. So trying to get a gentle twist through the spine. You can look back at that hand, tuck your tail in, squeeze your belly button in, keep the spine long. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, gently unravel back to the center. Good. Now you can straighten the front leg and lean forward slightly to feel a stretch down the back of the thigh. Keep the chest open here, so don't round the back. Keep that heart moving forward over the top of the chair. Good. And then come all the way up. Switching sides. So bringing your feet back to the front, to the back of the chair. Step back with the other leg as far as you can go. Finding that space where you feel stable and strong and where you're feeling the stretch through the front of the back hip. Good. Then reaching one or two hands behind you. Open through the front of your chest. Send your ribs and your heart up towards the ceiling. Good. Then bringing the hand, so look at which leg is on the floor in front of you. Take the opposite hand, place it on the chair, and then reach your free hand out to open up into a twist. Good, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, come back to the center, straightening the front leg, leaning forward with a straight, long spine. Feeling the stretch down the back of the thigh here. And then gently coming out of that position. Good. Okay, so the next one is a balance exercise. We're going to be moving from two legs together into any variation, so that position or anything in between. So you could go up to there, or up to there, or up to there. At the same time, your arms are going to be in these nice wide cactus arms. So when you're in this position, try to get the hands up in line with your ears, so that you're working all those muscles that keep the shoulders open. If you need to have one finger on a chair or a wall for balance, you can do that. But try and play around with, rather than going too low and having to hold on to something, rather stay up here and don't hold on to anything. So find where you can manage and then play around with how far you can go. Draw your belly button in. Imagine that standing leg. Imagine deep roots sinking down out of your foot into the earth, holding you firm. Feel all the muscles wrapping around your thigh to support you. Squeeze the buttock muscles. Good. Keeping those hands in line with your ears. Squeeze the buttock muscle on the opposite, on the lifted leg, to try and lift that leg a little higher. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way up. Very nice, everyone. Other side. Shifting your weight into the other leg. Feel it rooted down into the ground. Bring those arms back into cactus arms, especially rotating the hands up in line with the ears. And then take the leg out behind you. Squeeze the buttocks on that lifted leg. And then allowing your body to explore its limit, how far forward it can go. Keep the chin tucked in. The tendency here is for the chin or the nose to poke forward to the ground. Squeeze the back leg, lift it a little higher, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Bring your arms down. Very nice, everyone. Give your shoulders a little shake. Reach your fingertips down to the ground. Take your nose towards the opposite armpit to stretch the back of your neck. And then bring your hand over the head and gently guide your nose a little further to the armpit. Take a nice deep slow breath. Gently release and move over to the other side. Nose to your armpit, bring your hand overhead, draw that head downwards. Nice, deep, slow, even breaths here. And gently release. Coming back to the center. Okay, you can grab your chair. Okay, widening your legs out to the side. Going to stretch down through the side of the body. So bringing your elbow down to the thigh, turn your palm upwards, and then reach the other arm up and maybe over, feeling the side of your body stretching here. Good. Notice your breath. As you inhale, you should feel all those muscles around your ribs and your tummy stretching and moving and giving you space. And exhale. Inhale one more time, trying to stretch a little further, trying to curve the side of your spine into more of a C. And as you exhale, go a little deeper and lower. And then inhale, coming all the way up. And exhale over to the other side. This hip on the side that you're leaning away from, try and push that into the chair as the arm reaches in the opposite direction. Both palms facing each other. Notice how you can use your breath to deepen the sensation of stretch around your rib cage and your hips and your waist. Good. One more deep breath in, lengthening your body, creating more of a C. As you exhale, sink a little lower. And then inhaling, coming all the way up. Good. You can come forward in your chair now. Bringing one hand behind your body to prop you up. And then take the opposite hand across to the opposite knee. And rotate round. So looking behind you, deep breath in to lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, rotate further round. Inhale. And as you exhale, rotate back to the center. Good, other side. Taking your hand behind your back, crossing the opposite hand to the opposite knee. Lengthening through the spine as you inhale and exhale to rotate. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, coming back to the center. Good. We're going to finish with some breathing. So bringing one hand onto your chest, one hand onto your tummy. I invite you to close your eyes. And now as you inhale, feeling your bottom hand, the one on your tummy, rise and fall with your breath. So inviting that breath to come deep into the very bottom of your lungs. And trying to keep the top hand still. So discouraging the air from creating any tension in the upper part of your chest or your neck. Try to soften your face, your jaw, your neck and your shoulders. Maybe even allow a little smile on your face. And then I'm going to count for you. We're going to inhale for 4 and exhale for 4. So in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Out for 1, 2, 3, 4. In for 1, 2, 3, 4. Out for 1, 2, 3, 4. In for 1, 2, 3, 4. Out for 1, 2, 3, 4. In for 1, 2, 3, 4. Out for 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing at your own pace for a moment. And then we can all open our eyes, taking one deep breath all together. Reach to the ceiling. Stretch your fingers high as they'll go. Nice big stretch. And exhale. One more stretch back. Open your heart nice and wide and try and keep it there for the rest of the day. And exhale, releasing your hands down. Well done, everyone. Thanks for joining me. Have a lovely, lovely weekend. Bye.